Ain't it a shame you can't say fuck? It's Entertournament of Champions podcast. That's a legit Limp Bizkit lyric. You can go look it up. That's just a deep cut.
It's fantastic.
I think that's from the Hot Dog, the first track from the very, very popular album everybody knows of, the Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water.
Top 10 greatest albums of all time.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
The best.
They might as well have called it the Poopy Butthole and the Pee.
Yeah,
what it
might as well.
Anyway, this is I already mentioned we're in a Tournament of Champions podcast. You probably know that by now if you're subscribed to us on iTunes and Google Play and not Amazon, even though I fall for that every time, and YouTube. So you found us. You know why you're here. We know why you're here. This is a continuation of last week's discussion regarding movie villains, the best movie, not the worst or anything. Like the villain from Catwoman or whatever.
Who? There was a villain.
Was there a villain?
Yeah, Sharon Stone.
The movie itself.
I think the villain was the screenwriter in that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
The director. The fucking basketball scene.
You know what? It was kind of a Legion of Doom scenario where they were all in on it together.
Absolutely, dude. Let me tell you about the Legion of Doom, brother. All right, so I'm Jeff speaking over here firstly, and I'm joined on Skype by Kyle.
And I'm speaking secondly now.
Okay. And thirdly, and definitely last for a reason,
definitely.
we have... Nobody ever says that. I just wanted to change it up. We have JD.
Last but certainly least. Hi.
Like, nobody's ever like, and this guy's last because fuck him. Nobody ever says that, so I just thought I'd change it up.
Like it's something that you have to, steer away from. Like, people are just going to assume because you listen last.
Yeah.
They're worst. Yeah, that social structure doesn't exist.
Like, get over your hang-ups with being last, people.
Right.
That includes you, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, if you're in first, you're last. Yeah.
So,
second, third, fourth.
Last week, or I guess it was 4 days ago for us, or whatever, however long ago that was, we revealed our top 10, each of our top 10 favorite movie villains, and we combined them, put them together into a little 16-seated bracket where we're going to, hash it out. We're each going to vote on who moves forward. And we're gonna get a champion of champions in the the subject of movie villains by the end of this episode, and I legitimately have no idea who it's gonna be. This is legitimately
it literally be anybody's game. So
right.
It's such a strong matchup bracket, man. I mean, it really
those
really
top seeds are. Oh man, how can you argue against some of these top seeds?
True.
All right, so last episode, JD started us off. And then I went, and then Kyle went. So that means I start this time, and JD goes last. And
okay.
Kyle, we got ourselves a Kyle sandwich.
All right. Woo!
All right. So the first matchup, we have our 16 seed, Back to the Future's Biff Tannen versus the number 1 seed, who can't wait to tell us about how he got those scars. It's the Joker. And I go first on this one. I'm really happy that you guys kind of gave me Biff because it was 16 seeds, so who cares?
True. But it's a good matchup, though.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
it's entertaining to think about because, like, regardless of if the Joker time travels, Biff will be there to be an asshole to him, whether he's an ancestor or
he's got that almanac, man. He's got that almanac in his back pocket.
Right. But Joker has the weird element on him, so I think Biff will be weirded out by his clowniness and stuff. He is a little bit of a chicken, even though he calls McFly that all the time.
True.
He's absolutely a chicken shit when it comes to things that are just against the norm, and the Joker's certainly that. So I can see it playing in Joker's favor. Also, Biff doesn't really seem to be... I don't remember him being fond of weapons, and Joker at least has knives, so, he's going to lose.
Yeah, and grenades in his jacket.
Right. Yeah. Grenades and knives, and when they were pulling out the knives in the prison, there were like 16 of them that they found on him or something. It was a crazy amount of knives. So I don't just he's got shoe knives. They pop out of his shoe.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty badass. I wanted those tailored for me. I gotta get me a pair of those.
And when female Wolverine, I forget, Laura X-23 and Logan had like her foot claw come out or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yes, it's not only just Joker in the party scene. Finally.
She joined the the duet of people who can stab people with their foot.
Right. It's a 2-people bracket. That's
Yeah.
we can just hash that out right now. Who's better, Joker or Laura? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, Laura's got claws too, so
Yeah, she can heal. So I'm going with Joker. If that's not obvious, he's going to be a really, really tough one to beat. Although he's going to have really tough, invincible opposition coming up for sure. So, Kyle, who would you vote for on this one?
I will say about Biff, he's a persistent motherfucker. So I think even if he was a little weirded out, he would kind of like push through it just because he gets some kind of satisfaction out of doing whatever he does. And I don't know if the Joker's been bullied before. What if he buckles? What if he's like, dude, what the fuck?
That's a good point.
So I'm going Biff. No, that's ridiculous. I'm going Joker. It's Joker for me.
Yeah, this matchup was ridiculous. Come on.
Yeah.
So we have JD next. Well, I mean, who would you have gone? Obviously, majority rules, but
yeah, I mean, it's not a question. It's definitely the Joker, but but it'd be entertaining. I'd watch the shit out of that. I imagine Biff would become the Joker's gimp, like Channing Tatum, and
if anything, Joker would make him a
like I don't think he'd kill him. I think he'd see too much value in Biff's presence, I guess, or just ridiculousness. So he'd have to keep him around. Yeah. So can we bring Biff along for every Joker battle in the future? Can he just tag along as his gimp?
He might need it if he ends up fighting anybody who need help if they end up fighting Agent
That's true.
Smith. So I mean,
that's true. Yeah, very true.
I like that. That's a good point.
But no, it's definitely the Joker. Biff is a side piece.
The funny man. The funny man moves on. That was kind of an easy one, a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. It'll get tougher. This one's already tougher a little bit. So we have our number 8 seed, Woo Jin Lee, the villain from Old Boy. Very, very calculated villain against another very calculated villain.
Yeah.
A man in the shadows, Kaiser Soze, number 9 seed. And for this one, JD goes first. JD, you're the one that had Kaiser in your list.
Yes, I did have Kaiser there, and it also, I guess, helps me out, but it doesn't help you out so much that I didn't get around to watching Old Boy, so I have to kind of go by the paper description of the villain, which, obviously Woo Jin Lee did some despicable shit based on what you told me last week. Got
a little horrible, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you might have steered me away from actually watching it. That's just fucking horrible. But no, I'm gonna watch it.
It has the greatest fights, one of the greatest fight scenes in any movie.
Oh yeah,
ever.
The hallway scene. Yeah.
Oh, it's legendary.
That's where the whole Marvel mantra, probably of the hallway scene comes from.
I know. I 100% believe that because like this hallway scene, like it echoes beyond itself. Like you hear more about it than you do actually the big like ancestral twist at the end. So
yeah, I heard more about that before I watched the movie when I finally did watch it, and the entire thing was just building up to for me personally, the hallway, and then by the time I got to the end of it, it was totally not what I expected at all.
Yeah, I bet not.
In like the best way, but most fucked up way, I think.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going with my boy Kaiser Soze on this one because I mean he's the one I'm definitely more familiar with, and it's his methodology in that movie, and I know you recently rewatched it, Jeff.
I did, yeah.
Was he a standout for you, or was it more just the overall movie, or like what most about the movie had you kind of forgotten since you hadn't rewatched it in a while?
Yeah, it's been like a long time. I think I watched it like once in the 2000s or whenever I worked at Blockbuster.
Okay.
Because I went through a bunch of movies at that point because I worked there. So it kind of like slipped my mind how good the movie was. So the movie's really good, but I wouldn't necessarily put the villain in my top 10 or maybe even 20.
Okay.
Kevin Spacey's great as the man in the shadows. Clearly, he's in this bracket twice as one of those villains.
Sure. Yeah.
He's fantastic. So many great performances in this, and I love how shit just goes awry at the end. And all we really have to go on for Kaiser Soze is the legend as spoken by Kevin Spacey's character.
True.
He's like, oh, he killed his own family, and then he killed all of the bad guys or whatever. Or what was it? A bunch of the competition in the crime world. He pretty much killed everybody in his home country.
Yeah. He Gus Fringed everybody.
Right. Everybody has been exploded and died. All we have to go by is his word of mouth. We have no idea if that's true or not, or if he just staged this one entire thing. I don't know.
Sure.
We have no idea. We have to take this guy as word of mouth. I have no idea. But I can see the evil shit that Woo Jin Lee did in Old Boy.
Okay,
I can
that's a fair
see
point.
all of that, you know?
Yeah.
And this man grabbed a hold of this idea of revenge and did not let it go. He sunk his teeth into it until
years.
the thing goddamn bled. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, God, for years. Like, yeah, like Kyle was
Obsessed.
saying,
Yeah.
obsessive about this.
It's like
yeah.
he amassed riches just to do this. You know?
Exactly. And it's just more fucked up things. I hate to go by the fucked up meter, I guess, but I'll go by that. Who has less of a conscience when it comes to things?
Okay.
I know that Kaiser allegedly killed at least his family, but Woo Jin Lee, I mean, it's all there, man. It's like, hey, I made you fuck your daughter, and I kept you in solitary confinement for like 20, however long it was, 15 something years.
15,
it was many years, right?
Yeah, it's 15.
Oh, okay. I made you want to eat a squid when you left. A living, breathing thing.
Because he just wanted a living thing he wanted to kill like a living thing or wanted like a living thing next to him. So he's just like, yeah, I'll take a live squid. And they had to shoot that scene like 100 times because
No.
it's impossible to eat a live squid. Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't want to be eaten. You know?
Surprise. I love Usual Suspects, though. I love the nature of the improvisation of that movie. They just kind of free flow with all the characters. At the beginning, when they're all like, "Give me the keys, fucking cocksucker," and
Fucking
they're just, and they're all like improvising their own version of the line. And Stephen Baldwin goes for broke with it, and everybody laughs, and they just left it in the movie.
Yep.
And then Benicio del Toro is like, give me keys.
Give me the keys, motherfucker.
Give me the keys, cocksucker. And he just like throws the line.
Cocksucker.
In English, please. Give me the keys, cocksucker. It's so great.
Oh man,
There's great moments in the movie. It's well written too. Written by Christopher McQuarrie, who's Tom Cruise's buddy now, I guess, because he does all the Mission Impossibles, and he did he did the first Jack Reacher, I think. He's done Mission Impossible 5 and the next one, and he writes a lot of Tom Cruise's shit now. Like he wrote on The Mummy too, but apparently not enough because
Oh
people
my
have been shitting
god!
on that.
Yeah, did you see that meme with Brendan Fraser smiling at the Rotten Tomatoes score?
yes.
It's my favorite thing in the entire world.
I love hearing that Tom Cruise and them, and the entire crew for that matter, had to shoot the zero gravity sequence in the plane like 64 times. And the crew just threw up like nonstop the entire time.
Wow,
of course.
that's amazing.
And Tom Cruise did the whole thing. You know, he's a crazy man, so he does his own stunts.
Right.
So obviously Tom Cruise goes through in this round. No. Woo Jin Lee
Yeah,
for
see,
me.
he's the villain, right? Like
Right.
he's the major villain.
He wins all of this.
And the winner is Tom Cruise. Yeah.
I'll tell you who's not going to be. This is not an episode dedicated to the Mummy. That's for damn sure.
Even though I want to talk about it a lot, but that's okay.
Right. But I will say this is still in dedication because it's going to win the weekend again. As of the time of this recording, Wonder Woman, good villain. So we'll just keep it in honor of that.
Cool.
Anyway,
Nice.
Woo Jin Lee still, I think, more solid. I don't know. And my diabolical and had a better plan, I guess. I have no idea. Because Kaiser got away with it too. So spoilers on that. So Kyle, where would you have voted, or where are you going to vote? Because I guess it's a split vote.
Same for me, man. Woo Jin, he's just he's diabolical, calculated, and even at the end of it all, just stone face. Didn't even do like gotcha. You know, he's just like, yeah, made you fuck your daughter, so you should probably kill yourself or whatever, and then just kind of goes about his business. And and after he's done with his mission, after whatever he's dedicated his entire life to, he's done. So he just, I don't know if I want to spoil that, but he's done. He's just over. So I don't know. I think he's the evilest out of the two. I really like Usual Suspects, so I revisited that this week, and it's what a great revisit that movie is.
I know. It's a good revisit, man. I shouldn't let it go by so long.
Yeah, same here. Absolutely. Because this is only like maybe the second time I'd seen it. So I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, this is, I'm all in on that.
I'll never say this phrase again. Good job, Bryan Singer.
Yeah, right. Like, what? God damn it.
I'm kidding. He did okay with X2. He did some good scenes there.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's that guy who does the Resident Evil movies? You're like, man, that guy did Event Horizon. Fuck. Like,
I almost said Paul Thomas Anderson, and that was totally wrong.
And that's why I didn't say it, because I get them mixed up all the time.
Right. It's like Paul something Anderson though,
It's
and
Paul W. Anderson, right?
something like that, WS or some shit like that, and it's starring his wife.
Starring his wife and everything.
Right. Exactly. Because he can't make movies without her, and she can't make movies without him, or something.
They just collect 2 checks for every project.
Basically, they have one lump sum. Hey, you go to a studio and they're like, "Hey, can we make shit for you guys?" Or
we're kind of a package deal.
right? Can we come and like just make bad movies, or are you guys good?
Is he wait? Is he doing the new Resident Evil movies? Did I hear that right, or is someone else doing them?
I don't think he's involved. I'm pretty sure it's like a starting over point, launching point.
Okay, good. I thought that like they're rebooting it, and he's like, "And I'm back, everybody, doing them again." What the fuck?
We just did this.
We just did this.
Fuck. Oh my god! And I hope they have a chance to be more aligned with the games and actually make good movies, but they probably won't do it again.
They won't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be
and those games are as convoluted as those movies are. So.
True.
Oh, okay. That's a good point, actually. The next matchup is number 4 seed Agent Smith versus number 13 seed. He's gonna try to bash his several brains in. It's Jack Torrance.
Oh.
I don't
bash your brains in.
Just gonna bash your brains in. So Kyle's first on this one. I'm last.
Okay.
So this doesn't mean shit to me. So whatever.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, it probably doesn't. I like Jack Torrance a lot. He's evil, man. Like I forget who brought it up at the beginning of the last episode, but like he's a shitty person from the beginning of that movie.
That was me.
Yeah. And as alcohol and possession gets involved, like or whatever's happening to him, he just becomes worse and worse. And it's cool to kind of see that unravel in a character on screen or whatever. You just see that that fall, not even from grace, that just like the fall deeper into his like
Right.
madness or whatever. But it's Agent Smith, dude. Come on, like that guy's he's like a great villain. He's so cool.
Right.
He's the villain of villains. Like the system's trying to take him down too. You know, like
Right.
he's that evil. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna have to save a lot for Agent Smith here in the future rounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it there and just say Agent Smith for me.
I'll agree with that for sure. In terms of saving a lot of energy in this round. So JD.
I mean, yeah, obviously for everything y'all have talked about, I love Jack Torrance as a character and as a villain. I mean, he's fucking haunting. But I mean, there's really when it comes to a fight, I mean, if the two of them were to be in the same room, it's not even a contest at all.
Yeah,
Not at all. Yeah.
I mean,
who
like
has kung fu
literal-
training again and put it in
Yeah,
fucking like
yeah.
programming? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, definitely not even a chance. But I mean, they're both very menacing.
Yeah.
They're both people that could walk into a room and not say a fucking word, and you're gonna piss yourself. So
they have
true.
presence. They both have presence. Yeah.
They definitely have their similar attributes, but just when it comes to brute force and just, I mean, like you said, Agent Smith is an enemy of the system that created him. I mean, the dude he's the fucking balls, man.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
And I like that The Shining is this entire story of a man who's trying to suppress all of his, rage issues and stuff and failing miserably. It's great.
Yeah.
Or his desires for alcohol. They said in the very beginning of the movie there is not a drop of alcohol in the entire hotel, but when he starts to plummet, he's drinking again. I don't know if it's just something. It's probably just the place fucking with him, I would imagine. The supernatural elements at play. Doesn't matter what he has, though. Are we to assume that Agent Smith, clones himself onto whoever he beats in this tournament, or so he takes over Jack Torrance?
So he takes over Jack Torrance.
He takes over Jack Torrance. Me too.
I want to bash your brains in. Agent Smith moves on. I'm going with Agent Smith too. Even Jack Torrance was on my list and everything because he is straight up just an asshole. Like he like resents the fact that he hurt his son only because he made him stop drinking. Like that's just an asshole. Straight up. So our number 5 seed. Moving on. Number 5 seed is the Operative. For those that don't know, that's the villain on Serenity. Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah, have fun with that.
A jingle all the way or 4 versus we went against the norm. Suck it, everybody. They're gonna turn it off right now. Number 12 seed is Simon Gruber. Yeah.
Everyone's like, who?
Yeah.
We chose the redheaded stepchild of the Gruber family. Oh my god, he doesn't get enough love though. So this round I start, and this is probably the one I'm least educated on, I guess, because I just haven't seen. I unfortunately didn't I saw like 2 or 3 of these movies this past weekend, and then beyond that I didn't have time. I was like, oh man, as soon as I come home I just don't have time for this. Fucking TV's ruling my life.
Oh my god, tell me about it.
I'm gonna have to go with this is really tough because the Operative is a man of principle.
So is Simon, though.
Yeah, that's true. And
he's got his
kind of like,
rules.
okay, you kind of makes sense what you're doing because he killed your brother and everything. So
right,
kind of makes sense. But the Operative is I don't know, man. He's just I think he's a better villain in terms of prowess if we're talking like one-on-one matchups. That's, I guess, the way I have to judge it, Yeah. And he has more resources, obviously, because, he has the government behind him. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Is he part of the Alliance?
Not the entire time, but, he does for most of the movie. Does he end up staying with them? I forget how the movie ends.
I don't think so.
No, he breaks away from the government, but comes to Mal and pretty much says, they're still gonna come for you and kill you, and he's like, yeah, and they'll kill them when they come for me or whatever, because he's a badass. But but Mal pretty much says, if just so you know, if I see you again, I'm gonna kill you. So there's no common ground between them or anything like that.
Yeah, he's still so he Agent Smithed it and basically said, nah, fuck the system and.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
yeah.
if we
He
got
didn't
a sequel,
turn
he
it
would
into
have
a
been a problem
virus
for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. You would have seen a million Legiophors or whatever.
Ouija. Chewbacca Ouija boards.
Can act his ass off of Fords, whatever his name is.
Oh my god, he's so good. He's such a great actor.
He's so good, and he's gonna be the next best Marvel villain. You'll see, everybody.
You will.
You'll see.
Because he was already great. I watched Doctor Strange again.
Already great. They set him up so well in that first movie, and then and then he goes bad, and then we already have it set up. He's just gonna be bad in the next movie. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great.
Sorcerers. Yeah, it's great. Oh, I love the ending. I did rewatch Doctor Strange, and man, I was like, man, everybody's acting with a ton of gravitas in this movie. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they're wizards, man.
And they're world-class actors.
Or sorcerers, yeah.
Chewbacca defense, whatever.
So many offended people.
I know. Chiwetel Ejiofor, when he's going toe-to-toe with Benedict Cumberbatch, and they're arguing about not semantics or anything, but the moral, I guess, dilemmas that the Ancient One and her methods caused in their world.
Yeah.
I guess. Man, those guys are going at each other, just full of emotion, taking it very seriously, even though on paper the topic is very silly and they're dressed very silly. It's so good. And you can see his arc through the movie. So he has potential, man, to be a really great villain. Anyway, Operative is the one I'm choosing. Purely from a physical, I guess we're talking standpoint. He can beat the shit out of Simon Gruber, even through a walkie-talkie. It doesn't matter.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
100%.
Is it? Yeah, Kyle's next.
I think the status of a good villain relies on a lot of things, but one thing you can really do to put a feather in your villain cap is take a beloved character that everyone has loved for a very long time throughout a TV series and then murder them in the movie by the bad guy, which is what the Operative did to Preacher, and it was horrifying because, oh man, I love that show or whatever, so watching that is just real fucking gut punch or whatever. And that's the mark of a good villain. He just comes in and murders someone. The cast loves it, and you love it. Everyone's feeling it, and then goes about his business. and then says cool things to bring it up later in the movie to kind of like egg on the main character. Like, what does he say? Like, leave no shelter to come to if people are on the run or whatever. So he just goes around and he literally murders like everybody Malcolm has ever worked with. Guy murders a lot of people in this movie, man. Like he's a murderer. He's an evil guy. So you got to go to the operative for sure.
All right. Well, JD, I guess where would you have voted on this one?
I mean, I probably would have been a little more objective and gone with the operative, who's another villain that I love. I just kind of forgot about somehow when I was composing my list.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it to chewing gum emoji over there in the operative.
Chewing gum emoji.
Yeah, sure, that guy.
That's a good one. All right, so this next round is fucking insane. We have number 2 seed Vader of Darth, I think that's how you pronounce it, versus number 15 seed. He's still eating a peach, man. It's Castor Troy. Why is this a matchup?
I can eat a peach for hours.
Now, before we get into this, do you think it's possible that Castor Troy could take Darth Vader's face? Like, is that in any way in the realm of possibility?
Yes, because that's what that movie's about. Like, of course that can happen.
Okay.
He would do it while his own face is off.
Yeah.
He has no problem doing that at all.
Man.
That's this is one of the movies I rewatched as Face Off for this, and yeah, oh my god, what a fun ass movie. JD is first in this round.
Oh, cool. I haven't watched that movie in maybe close to a decade. It's been a really long time.
No shit.
But I mean, he's so both of them are so eccentric in the movie. Him and John Travolta.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I think a lot of Nick Cage memes come from his looks in that movie because he's just fucking off the rails.
Yeah.
But I mean, Darth Vader, chokehold, bitch. I mean, just buy.
Yeah.
I don't care what face you're wearing. Done.
Right.
So, from a fighting standpoint, yeah, it's definitely Darth Vader. But shit, I think Castor Troy would annoy the fuck out of him while they were fighting.
He would.
Absolutely.
So he would definitely get under Vader's skin a little bit, but he would just crush him.
He'd be like, "Stop dancing up on my admirals."
Yeah.
Stop feeling up.
Oh my gosh.
The opening scene, the first scene that he's in church dancing around. Nobody says shit to him.
Yeah.
First off, that's fucking weird.
He feels up an underage kid.
Yeah, in like a fucking church choir, in like the middle, not like a service, but like a fucking choir practice. And nobody's like,
Dude.
"Hey, this is weird."
Yeah, but it's so funny that like that's like he's the bad guy, cemented. You know, like that's how quick.
Yeah.
You see him shoot a kid.
Yeah.
And feel up a kid in the matter of about 10 minutes of that movie. It's pretty
and then
bizarre.
as John Travolta later, he licks his not daughter, but still his daughter technically.
Yep.
You know, that's fucking weird. And
according
he
to bodies,
without even hesitation or remorse, just like fucking ices that agent that was on the plane with him. Just ices her. And like he does that whole thing that he does in Con Air where he like feels the breeze as he does it with his face.
Oh, he's like that. He did. Oh my God.
Yeah, like he's releasing something in himself when he does. Yeah, that felt good. You know, he's just a fucked up guy. Great character. Everybody's just dialed up to 11 for that movie, and it's a joy to watch.
I don't mean to go on a tangent. Can we talk about the pseudoscience real quick of how they restructure their bodies to match the faces?
Yeah.
Lasers, that's how.
What the fuck is that?
And how do you revert that procedure?
It doesn't make any sense. Especially after everybody's already dead, and they're like in like what's his name? The agent guy. I can't remember his name. He's like, all right, well, Archer. He's like, I'm gonna go back and get this like redone. And I'm like, well, everybody's dead. Like,
yeah,
they
literally made note of it. They're like, the only people who know how to do this procedure are in this room right now, who get set on fire.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, Sean Archer's walking through that door, and he's good. He's totally fine. And by the way, he basically like laid his foot down without even meaning to. He was just like, hey, by the way, we adopted this kid. And like didn't even consult his wife. Was just like, hey, can this kid move in?
Not really fell in love with the girl while I was away, and took her kid.
I low-key fell for this girl, this really hot girl from Bound. Have you guys seen Bound? Because that shit's hot. So I low-key fell in love with her.
Who wouldn't?
I know, right?
Oh, man.
I'm going to go with, it was fun to talk about, but I'm going to go with Darth Vader, and I have a feeling I'm going to have to save some shit for him. He's a great villain, and he's got physical and mental and spiritual prowess. So From my point of view, Darth Vader should move on. So,
Oh my God.
Why would you do that?
So Kyle, I don't know where you would have voted at all.
I mean, I feel like I would have had to go Vader, but I'm
Yeah.
glad we went on multiple face-off and Castor
too.
Troy tangents. That's really all I ever wanted out of this podcast, is a platform to talk about that horrible John movie.
Oh boy, sorry about that. So the number 7 seed matchup. Why am I repeating myself today? I don't know what's going on. My brain is dead almost. So number 7 seed matchup is gonna be Bill the fucking Butcher, Cutting or Cutter? Cutting?
Bill.
Cutting.
Bill the Butcher. Bill. Let me tell you about axes. So he's gonna take on the number 10 seed Hans Landa, the silver-tongued Nazi, and I guess they're both silver-tongued.
Yeah,
That's true.
They should make out with each other and make some gold. I don't know.
that's not how gold's made, but
I
that's
don't know. I don't know
When
science.
two silvers.
That's how it works, right? Copper? No. All right. So Kyle, you go first on this one.
Oh God, man. Because like ultimately, is it like who can beat one and the other? Because like, man, one might be. I don't know. I feel like if I had to objectively choose someone, it'd probably be Hans, because he's not like only objectively evil, like he's just pure evil or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's got the resources to like murder a lot of things, and he does, and he did and does. So
he did and does. Yes, that's true.
And he's just remorseful about it. Well, Bill the Butcher, I would love to take him to the end, and I think he's one of the best written like bad guys, and I think he's like just a really entertaining bad guy.
Yeah.
I think that in the end, he was just going about things the wrong way. Maybe not that his ideals were like in the right path or whatever, but like he's just a man trying to stick up for his country. Super patriotic. So I don't know. We got those types still around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Hans would murder him with like Nazis. Like lots of Nazis.
With
Dude,
many
Nazis love immigrants and stuff.
Yeah, send in the Nazis. We're gonna kill everybody off. It'll just be a purge.
If
They're
anything,
really
they'll
good
end
at
up
that.
uniting against anybody else on the Woo-Jin Lee especially.
Yeah.
He's not like us. We should team up. So JD, who are you going to vote for here?
I mean, I think this was my toughest first round matchup, and I did
agree.
get to watch both of these movies over the weekend as well, and I'm still torn. I mean, I think they're both compelling as shit. I think they could both talk. I think it would come down to, I don't think they'd fight at first. I think they would both see if they could like edge each other out in the psychological game. And I don't know, man. I think Hans would probably win in that, just because I think he's a little less prone to what's the word I'm looking for? I think he's a little less prone to just like a random outburst of violence. I think he's very, very well contained. He's not going to act out
Bill
unless
is not
it's something
at all.
that he thought about 5 fucking moves ago. But Bill the Butcher can get worked up to a certain
He's very
point.
passionate.
Yeah, and all it takes is pressing one of those buttons, and he's going to go off the rails. So
And Hans
even
is
though
counting on, he's the type of person that relies on that.
yeah, exactly. So I think Hans's calculated
That's so
approach.
compelling. What a guy.
I think his calculated approach to violence would trump Bill the Butcher's, just because he's got that propensity to just fly off the rails for no reason and with no guidance. So I'm gonna go with Hans, man.
Okay. Well, shit. I was hoping it would tie so I can go Bill the Butcher, because I feel like, even though he wasn't on my list, poor Kyle.
I should have gone Bill. Fuck.
Bill just lost to a Nazi. So I was only going to say, because if they did come to blows, it would be Bill's game. Like, he would win 100%, because he's just a fighter. He was raised to be one, and he was one for years. And he has a philosophy that, don't get me wrong, Hans Landa follows a philosophy that recruited a lot of minds, but he has a philosophy that's not completely, it's not completely Nazism. Not completely.
Right, yeah, right.
There's still an element to it where, like, the more he talks, you're like, I think I relate to what this guy's saying a little bit, but that's kind of fucked up. But still, it's not a completely out there philosophy. It does attract intelligent people to that philosophy and stuff. So he could easily recruit as much people, not as much people as the Nazi movement, but, in like a skirmish, sure. in the
Yeah.
skirmish
I
at
don't-
the beginning of the movie.
I don't think either of them could fight each other without their respective followings joining in as well.
I agree.
I mean, Nazis over 5 points any day. Any day. They're going to take that shit down.
We're gonna take it down.
Fair
totally.
enough. I don't I'm not even mad.
I'm a little mad.
I would have been satisfied either way. I would have been satisfied either.
Oh man, the next matchup. What the fuck? All right,
Oh,
so
shit.
no, the matchup for Hans Landa.
Yeah,
This is gonna be
I
weird. All right, so the number 3 seed we have Anton Sugar Guy versus number 14 seed Scarface.
Booger Sugar Guy.
Our little friend, yeah, Booger Sugar. Holy shit. Nose Candy, Tony Montana.
Montana.
So, in this round, 13, 14. Oh, I go first. So I'm like looking between the brackets and a sheet of paper. So in this one, I mean, I had Anton Sugar Guy really high, and I'm still riding that wave pretty heavily. Only because, Tony cares about his family. It's a weakness, Cares about his family. How you doing? So I don't know why I'm doing that. And Anton doesn't give a shit about anybody. He'll kill his own dad, I feel like. It doesn't even matter to him. That's the only thing separating the two, I think. And also, Anton probably has like a couple feet on him, I think. Al Pacino's not a tall guy.
Yeah.
So if we're talking
That's true.
physical fight, I don't know. Anton's kind of like the MacGyver of killing people. He'll find a way to do it with whatever's on him. I don't know. I'm going to go with Anton on that one, even though I don't. I respect Tony's, being as an iconic villain. I respect it. I didn't have 3 hours, so I didn't, unfortunately, get a chance to rewatch all of Scarface. But I at least got to watch it long enough to where he killed his first person, so good for him. It was like in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Right?
Just waste somebody. All right, I'm out. I'm out, guys. See ya. Cool. So that's where I'm going. And Kyle, where are you gonna go, man?
I mean, Scarface is like the classic bad guy. Maybe he didn't create the anti-hero, persona or whatever, but like that's what you think about whenever you're thinking about anti-heroes and stuff like that. Like, so he's a big pillar or whatever. But goddamn, that Anton Sugar Tits, he's just a force of he's just a force of nature, man. Just coming in there with just an assortment of. I've never even heard of a silent shotgun until I seen this movie.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, you
cow
can
gun
do
or
that.
whatever it's called.
That's a thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, and what was the other thing he was carrying around? That thing that like kills cattle or whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but
It's just a hose. It's just a pressurized hose. Yeah, horrifying.
yeah, terrifying.
So he's
Like
not just
putting a nail in his head.
right. He's not just like it's not enough for him just to kill people with normal weapons. It seems like
No.
he's gotta figure out a more theatrical way to murder people.
Yeah, that's true. He is a man of.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Imagine like walking into like one of his crime scenes. You're like, what the fuck are we dealing with?
Right. That's exactly explains Tommy Lee Jones's frame of mind in the entire movie.
Yeah, exactly.
What
At
the
the very
fuck?
end, he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking over this job." Yeah, because he done seen it all. Yeah, man. So Anton for sure. He's just, dude. He would murder Scarface. I don't care how many guns that guy has. I don't care how many speeches Scarface thinks he has. That
Anton
guy
is
would just.
clearly a patient man and would just wait in the shadows anyway.
Yeah.
And Tony is
Wait
just
till he
so
was all
impulsive.
Wait till he was all coked up and like alone, and he would just go in there and just strangle him or something. Tony Montana's he's just too vulnerable with all his vices.
Yep.
He is, and way too paranoid at every turn, especially near the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Killed his best. What the fuck's his problem?
exactly. Like, oh, you with my sister. What the fuck, man? Like,
Who cares?
still
What,
makes
you
him a
gonna
family
fuck your
man.
sister? Then fuck off. Like, what does it matter?
I know, right? And you see them at the beginning; they have such great chemistry too. It's just
Yeah. That's your buddy.
That
you
was
should be
such
so,
a bummer.
You should
Like,
be so lucky that you're like that your sister's gonna be with a guy that you can vouch for, your bud, like your compadre.
God, that part of the movie was such a bummer.
Yeah, well,
It really was, like in a good way. Like movie's got balls, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So JD, I have a feeling where you would have voted, but would it have been? Would you have leaned towards Scarface or?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's Scarface for sure. I'm a very big advocate for drugs and drug usage.
Yeah.
For
Not
everybody.
enough
I mean,
cocaine is what I
no
say.
discrimination. Yeah, I mean, like mountains of cocaine. Okay, fine. Just put it all in front of me, and I'm gonna do what I can. No, dude, it's sugar guy all the way. Like you guys said, he's a force of nature. I would love to see him go through that entire like Scarface compound and just take motherfuckers out one by one by one by one. I'd watch that fucking movie any day.
It's like John Wick. He would just go in there and John Wick.
Yeah,
place.
exactly. And just not even say a word. Like he wouldn't have to say anything.
No,
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, exactly. Or I guess
yeah.
you could say The Accountant, the place, but that's going to be a
Oh,
lesser
yeah.
movie. That would be a lesser movie that people won't remember in like 5
Little
years.
bit. Where does Sugar fall on the autism spectrum, do you think?
Oh, that's a good question because
He's probably on it.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would absolutely say.
Maybe full blown Asperger's. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Maybe. I find myself a little bit disappointed we didn't put a Disney villain in here because I would have loved to seen any of these people fight a fucking like lion.
Scar. Yeah, Scar. Exactly. Yeah. Jafar. Yeah.
Exactly. You got to fight
Jafar
a
could
fucking
have gone
lion.
quite far too, because he turns into the genie at the end. He's all powerful, so
Oh yeah, he does.
He could have
momentarily.
He could have gone far.
Final matchup is the T-1000 versus Gaston.
Yeah, Gaston. No one fights like Gaston.
see, exactly. There's history there.
Yep, exactly. This is interesting. This next matchup, though.
Before we move on, though, let's just point out that like the writers are like the big heroes of writing this villain up, because we've seen this actor do other villains and not stick it. So
You talking about Javier Bardem?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. And he's gonna be Frankenstein's monster.
Fuck off with all that.
In that universe, that's totally not gonna happen now.
And fuck off with him being like the Pirates villain and all that. Like, I'm just like, he's not, he's a great actor and I really like him, but like he solely didn't make that role. It was also the writing and just the way that the director, the Coen brothers like got a performance out of him. So
right.
Yep.
It's just
Who
whoever's
knows?
making his decisions post No Country for Old Men. Stop. Just
don't do that anymore.
Assess what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because I think after he did a foreign movie that he got a bunch of awards for, and Vicky Cristina Barcelona, which did get a lot of attention. But I mean, beyond that though, Skyfall was weird. Like, I mean, I like the movie, but he was a weird villain in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't connect with me because he was introduced like halfway through it.
Yeah.
It just didn't work for me. It was very weird. And then you have Pirates, of course, which is like, I'm just not even going to bother. Like, just why? Why even see another one? You've seen all of them already. You know what I mean? If you've seen one, you've seen them all. So there's just no point.
Yeah.
I might be alone on that. From all the listeners, I think they might like him. Might like those movies. Because they keep coming out. Fucking things. All right, so we have our next matchup, which is it's shit. So John Doe from 7 is our number 6 seed versus the T-1000, our number 11 seed.
This is ridiculous.
This is fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
This is so dumb. JD goes first in this round.
Oh shit.
Oh, thank God.
Oh god.
I was like, guess last.
Oh man.
It's gonna iron itself out, I think.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I mean, T-1000 wins in the like power department. I think he might have an edge in the creativity department because he can literally turn into anything.
Right.
But I mean, John Doe is an evil motherfucker. I don't know if maybe I think John Doe would give him a good fight. I don't know how he would beat him. I don't know what within the movie we saw what mechanism he would use to defeat that guy. I mean,
Right.
You're talking about a metal alien that has no sin. So what are you going to turn against him? Like, what the fuck are you going to do? And I hate to kick Kevin Spacey the fuck out both in the first round. But I just think objectively, I mean, the T-1000 is going to win in a fight, and he can run fast. So you've never seen John Doe move because he's in shackles. He's in shackles the entire time. He's in a fucking car for most of the movie when you see him. So you have no idea what kind of mobility you're dealing with there. So I'm going to go T-1000.
Yeah, I get that. Totally. The only argument I could possibly make for the... I'm next, by the way. Sorry, I'm not... the only argument I could possibly make for... Hey, wait a minute! For John Doe is that he reveals himself when he's ready to be revealed. Like, nobody ever found him because he's pretty much a ghost. He's nobody. So the T-1000 would have a really hard time finding him because he was, using the other dude's picture and walking around the neighborhood going, have you seen this kid and stuff? So, I mean, he was just using the, neighborly people and using the police uniform to get information out of people. Whereas with John Doe, I don't know, man. It took a stubborn ass detective and an old, not grizzled. Was Morgan Freeman grizzled? I don't know. He was kind of more.
I would say he's grizzled. I mean, he was retiring.
Yeah, I feel like he's always been old. Yeah, and he was retiring. That's true.
That's true. He was. Well, and then he decided not to.
Right.
So, which you could. That's how you. I guess that's how you're supposed to take the poem at the end there, that he talks about. Anyway, regardless of that, he's not fighting. T-1000. So. I'm going to have to go with the T-1000 because, I mean, it's just obvious. Like, I mean, come the fuck on. If they ever get face-to-face, which would obviously we're going to have to think hypothetically that they do in order to even entertain this matchup, T-1000 annihilates him. I mean, seriously, what's John Doe going to be like, I killed your creator, and T-1000 will be like, all right, like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about anything. So, yeah, T-1000 moves on. Kyle?
His name is literally the evil T-1000. This guy is oozing bad guy, man. Like,
yeah.
It's T-1000 for me. John Doe is horrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want any part of that or whatever he's, what his games or whatever. That's just horrifying. Stumbling upon having the mind to do that to like those people and whatever. Like, you gotta be a real sick fuck or whatever. I don't even think Evil T-1000's programming goes that dark,
Right.
So I think in the dark evil department, like John Doe would win. But yeah, T-1000 just is oh my god. I mean, like, can you even kill that thing if you don't have molten lava lying around? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, shit, this is going to be one of the most interesting matchups ever for T-1000 in the next round. Wow, it's going to be good. It's like a finals matchup for me, personally. Yeah. It's crazy good. So the next matchup we have, we're in the quarterfinals now, so we have the Joker fighting Woo Jin Lee. What the fuck are we doing? We have Kyle going first on this one.
Wow. Well, wow. You could see Woo Jin Lee like putting on some like makeup and becoming like Asian Joker, which is how depraved he is. He would have to probably lose a few more screws before he could get there. But like they're kind of the same mind in terms of just like. Well, I guess not, because they're actually pretty opposite. Joker's willing just to do anything to just stir up some chaos, where Woo Jin Lee was really, really focused and trying to do his particular mission.
Mm-hmm. And even if it took years, yeah.
Even if it took years or whatever, but their same dedication to their craft is definitely there. The craft of just being evil fucks. Right. But the Joker, I'd have to say the Joker, man. I mean, he's like he's the king of mean, man. Like he's just the worst. I think we're mostly talking about Dark Knight Joker, but
yes.
Over the spectrum of Jokers, like every version of him is evil.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a nice version of Joker out there. So I don't know. It's got to be Joker for me.
Yeah, even Jared Leto iced a very renowned rapper for staring at his girl. So
yeah, you just don't shoot Common like that unless you're John Wick. Then you stab him. You stab him.
Shit, that's good. All right, so JD, where are you gonna vote?
Man, this one's easy for me. I mean, who's this Woo Jin Lee guy that y'all keep talking
Racist.
about? No, I mean, I'm gonna push the Joker through because, like, even based on the description, the only way that I could see Woo Jin Lee possibly winning is if, like, the Joker had a fucking daughter and he finds that daughter and he somehow gets him to fuck her. But even in that unlikely scenario, the Joker would be like, I cut my daughter's face off and put yours on underneath. So it's your daughter I've been fucking. So he could get the best of that guy, even with his best laid, and I mean that intentionally, his best laid plans, the Joker would win.
And that's what's funny. I think that even like Woo Jin Lee is like even his best laid out plans, and he'd think he'd be ahead of the Joker every time. The Joker would take those opportunities to do exactly what you're doing, just even be more fucked up and depraved.
Right.
Like, wow,
yeah.
I got a real catch on my hand. I'm gonna really fuck this guy's world up,
Exactly.
Well, here's what's funny. I mean, I would have gone with the Joker too. But you bring up a good point. What if Woo Jin Lee's main skill set revolves around forcing a dude to fuck his own daughter without knowing it?
That's just what he does.
That's his own skill set. That's my main skill set, guys. Like, it says on my resume. That's all I can do.
And he listens to Daughters by John Mayer all the time. You're like, what does that do for you?
Father, speak it. All
When
right.
your daughters.
Oh my God, we are moving the fuck on. So number 4. Well, numbers don't matter at this point. Quarterfinal matchup: Agent Smith versus the Operative.
Mm.
I mean, I feel like this will be as easy as a T1000 round. So I'm going first on this one, and I'm gonna go with Agent Smith because there's more of them. Me. So I'm gonna go with Agent Smith, and it's kind of a cheat at this point. I don't even feel like we'll have to argue much for Agent Smith.
I know, yeah.
It's like a cheat. It's such
We
a
should have
cheat.
rethought this whole fighting situation.
Yeah, but yeah, him and the Operative. I mean, if they got 2 more movies of the Serenity, I feel like they were on the same trajectory, you know, because Operative was basically mid saying "fuck the system, I'm gonna do my own thing," but
Yeah,
also
pretty
fuck
much.
the good guys.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He still has too much order in his life to completely go rebel. So yeah, Agent Smith though, I don't know, man. He's got all the kung fu in him. He can stop him. He can definitely, even if it was just if we're talking 1-on-1. Agent Smith has more fighting shit programmed in his brain than the Operative does. Let's be real. So I'm gonna go with Agent Smith. Kyle's next.
I was actually going to say the exact. I'm actually probably going to go Agent Smith too, but I was actually going to say the exact opposite. 1-on-1, I think the Operative would beat up Agent Smith.
Really?
Because yeah, dude, that guy he's like a one-man army. Like that guy just won't stop, and he can stop bullets with his bracelets. Like he's fucking Wonder Woman. Like it's fucking nuts. That guy's totally nuts. And he knows kung fu also, and it's the age of space and laser guns, and he's carrying a sword and only a sword. Like he's
So
fucking
true.
crazy. This guy's so crazy. Like he's so well trained, you know. So I think 1-on-1 he'd win. There's more Smith. He'd get overwhelmed. He'd turn into a Smith. That's just it's gonna happen.
It is inevitable. Yeah.
It's just it's inevitable. Inevitability. But yeah, I would say in terms of like better bad guys, I like the Operative more. Just better written, better my type of bad guy. Just just complex and layered and a lot of stuff going on there. But Agent Smith is I would say a fun bad guy, and he definitely would beat the shit out of him in terms of the power spectrum.
Absolutely. JD.
Yeah, I mean, I would have gone for Smith as well for one simple reason. I mean, it's the smell. The Operative doesn't smell very good.
What?
So
It's the smell.
It's the smell.
it's the smell. Yeah, for everything you guys said, I think if they were to meet at a bar or some shit and just talk, I think they'd get along really well
I
because
think they would too. It'd be another
fundamentally, yeah.
Bill the Butcher, Hans Landa type situation.
Yeah, exactly. But man, I think if they're playing within the full scope of their capabilities, Agent Smith wins because of the me. So
Right. So the next round is going to be Darth Vader versus Hans Landa. Yeah. Ooh, hello, yeah.
Hello, yeah.
So JD, you got to keep talking, man, because you're first.
oh my god. Well, I'm not sure Darth Vader would give Hans much of a chance to talk.
I was going to say that too. Actually, I was going to say those exact
So-
words.
I don't see it work. I think he might string him along a little bit. Like let's see how far this guy is willing to go, and like wait till he asks like, "Sir, why are you breathing like that?" And just ask some stupid insensitive fucking question and then just crush him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Darth Vader, but I think Hans Landa is one of the most compelling bad guys we have on this list.
Yeah, same here.
I absolutely love him, but you can't deny the brute force of Darth Vader in a matchup like that. And the guy's drinking milk. Darth Vader doesn't drink milk. He doesn't need milk. He's got the force.
Yep.
Yeah, he just drinks Force all day.
Yep,
All
that's
day.
right.
Takes force baths.
What the fuck?
I'm
Just bathing in
the
his own
Force.
Sith.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just sithing around. So
Herb.
I don't think so. My bad. It's not a verb, people. I know that. Don't send me comments. All right, so I'm gonna go with Darth Vader too. I mean, I feel like it's kind of obvious. Like Hans wouldn't absolutely not. He wouldn't even have to be like in the same. I mean, force choking comes a mile away, so he doesn't even need to be in the same room to do it.
Sure.
Fuck it, he's never gonna hear a word that Hans has to say, even if it's all good shit to get Darth on his side and then stab him in the back.
Right.
Because that's the type of person he is. But yeah, Vader all the way. So Kyle, same thing.
No, I'm going Hans. You guys are crazy. No, I'm pretty sure Darth Vader could. If it was Darth Vader versus the Nazi army, Darth Vader would win.
Yeah.
So, checkmate. I'm saving more ammo for later. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to push Vader forward. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have to say some things to push him forward.
This is gonna be one of the most challenging fights ever on this show. Holy shit.
Yeah, I see where this is going. I see our future.
Yes.
All right, I'm so glad I'm last in this round, especially if majority rules. So Anton Sugar, Anton Sugar, fights the T-1000. Fuck me. So Kyle, have fun.
I love this fight because Anton Sugar, he is pretty much Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator.
Yeah.
In terms of like stature and like capabilities and stuff like that, and armament and everything. So
Shotgun
like
wielders. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator killed the T-1000. So like in the realm of possibilities, maybe Anton could pull it off. But I think that he wouldn't know that he needs to be next to molten lava, and I think ultimately he'd be overcome. He'd run out of ammo, he'd get stabbed by one of his like stabby things, and that'd be over. But he'd put up a fucking great fight.
Yeah, he did, and yeah, that's man.
So
I was gonna say, Anton doesn't really do a whole lot of studying before he, attacks.
Yeah, but he adapts.
He's just skilled at attacking.
Yeah, and then he adapts to the situation. That guy got shot up, and he's still like, yeah, I want to finish the job. So
yeah, and then he blew up a car so he could sneak in and get medical supplies, and it wasn't a big deal to him. Like it was just another day at the office.
Yeah, exactly.
This dude is so skilled at adapting. He's a real chameleon. So. That's How I Met Your Mother reference. Takes a lot of character to admit that. So,
oh my god.
We have JD's up next.
All right. Well, I'm going to approach this one, and it'd be a really good reversal from the character that we know because he's the pursuer in No Country for Old Men. But what if the T-1000 were chasing Sugar? It wasn't actually a fight. It's more like Sugar's on the run from him. Do you think he would outlast, I think, longer than a lot of people on this list because he's so resourceful? But, I mean, I just
think he'd get away.
You don't think he could get away?
I think he would get away.
Oh, you think you would? Okay.
Yeah, I think ultimately he'd lose the tail and just sail off into the sunset because that's how resourceful he is. That's what he did at the end of this movie, so...
I mean, but if removal from the fight constitutes a victory, and that's the only situation I see your ass walking out of it, then it's not really a victory.
It's not really a fight.
Touché.
So, I mean, but absolutely though. I mean, I think he would give the T-1000 more trouble than any human being on this list that has no power other than just intelligence and resourcefulness. But yeah, T-1000 is going to take it, man. That's
awesome.
He's going to take it.
As much as I love some of these characters we're saying goodbye to, a lot of this stuff makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not even mad. These are just great. This is just great fucking matchups.
Get better in this round.
Man. These are the matchups I wanted.
No.
Not when I drafted out the bracket, but in my head. I wanted these matchups so bad. So the next round is the Joker versus Agent Smith.
God.
This is awesome. I love doing this. No, I'm first in this one. Oh my god, I'm first. Now it just hit me. Fuck, I'm first. Guys, Joker doesn't really know how to fight that well.
No, he doesn't.
He really doesn't. He usually, recruits other people to do it for him. He's really good at kicking people when they're down.
He does a flurry of kicks. He does a flurry of kicks. Those are some fast kicks. So.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good at stomping.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he has to have some dogs to, distract. I don't think he'll have enough dogs for Agent Smith and his army. I guess we have to whatever. We haven't been fair the whole time.
Throw those dogs out of that building in that movie.
What?
Didn't Batman throw those dogs out of that building in that movie?
He threw them
He's
down
like, I
the
don't
hole.
kill
That
people,
was like
but I'll murder dogs all day.
I know. He just like threw the dog nonchalantly off of him, and it just happened to go down like the hole that was
Down
like,
the shaft,
all
yeah.
the way down the fucking building. Yeah.
Yeah, down the 30 stories that they were on top of.
I don't kill people. Is that a dog? Let me kick it.
Yeah, he was biting me.
He was looking at me funny.
Lucius, I thought you said this would protect me against dogs.
I said cats, Mr. Wayne. Cats. All right.
Oh my god.
I'm going to go with Agent Smith for fighting prowess. I think it's kind of relatively easy, regardless of whatever scheme Joker has, which is probably way better than whatever Agent Smith thinks up.
Yeah.
Smith is honestly, he's just a better fighter.
Yeah.
And
Agent
I
Smith
think
didn't have
he would
much
be
of a
too
plan.
terrified to
He was
take
just kind
over
of like,
Joker,
you
though.
know, I kind of want to take over everything, and then just
Right.
started kind of working out in his favor. He never really planned it, you know?
right. I feel like Agent Smith would kind of just not take over the Joker, though. He would like kill him and then just walk away. I don't want that brain.
I don't want that being part of me at all. Yeah.
So Agent Smith wins with an asterisk. Kyle, where are you gonna go on this one?
Yeah, I'm going to go Agent Smith as well, even though the Joker is classic villain. Classic. It's been around forever. Perfect foil to a hero, you know? But man, Agent Smith got powers for days, you know? Like, who's beating this guy? Like, what the fuck? This guy killed everybody in the world, you know? Like, you know, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's Smith for me. He took out the operative, so he's got to go forward. That's just the way it works.
That's just the way it works, guys. JD.
Man, I could have played devil's advocate on this one if I were given the chance, because the Joker, I mean, dude, all he's got to do to survive is just blow up a few servers, right?
That's true.
And he's good with explosives.
And he's
so-
very good with bombs, so I mean, there's a scenario where he could come out on top, but no, realistically,
I actually really like this scenario. So
if you guys want to change your votes and come with me on the Joker train, I'll put it in for the Joker right now.
thinking it outside the box there, like that.
No, but realistically, it's got to be Agent Smith, just because I mean, the Joker is the last like person without powers on this list, so he's a little more grounded in reality. But Agent Smith, I mean, he's
That's
gonna
his weakness,
take
though.
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
shit,
well,
that kind of sucks for
it's
him.
true. It's true.
The next matchup, Agent Smith, I'm super happy having the finals. I don't think this might be the first time the number 1 seed didn't like making it in the finals. I don't know. He's a number
That's
4
true.
seed, dude. Like I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. That's the nature of this bracket. Or this
Dude, we got
entire tournament.
this T1000's an 11 seed in the semis right now.
Semifinals,
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Because we crafted it, you know, for those that didn't listen to the previous episode, I don't know why you're here, but go listen to that first. But we crafted it in a way that aligns with how we rank them. And then when you put it all comes down to the matchups in the tournament round. So that's the funniest part, is like sometimes it can be like number 8 seed is the winner, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. What? All right, so we have Darth Vader versus a T1000 now. This is where the shit gets funny.
Whoa,
Man.
JD, where are you gonna go on this one?
Oh, I have to go first on this one, huh?
Ooh, I better not get boxed out of this.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, if I get boxed out of this, I'm gonna get so upset.
Both Jeff and I had T1000 on our list, so there's a good chance that one of us is going to go for him. Let me work through
We have both
this.
these
So,
people on our list.
well, yeah, I'm saying there's a chance that one of us could
So
go.
you're
Maybe,
saying there's
I
a
don't know.
chance?
Yeah. What was all that 1 in a million talk back there, Jeff? Oh man. Shit. I think Darth Vader would edge it out for me. All right, let's see what the T1000 uses. Obviously, he's resourceful. He takes over the police officer role. So,
Yeah.
I don't see him chasing Darth Vader down. I see him looking at Darth Vader and being like, "Fuck that." He's from a planet with molten lava on it. So if he were to go chase him down, he's walking into his fucking weakness.
Stole my fuck! You stole
Oh,
my
did I?
fucking point! Yeah!
Yes!
That's
Great.
totally my point. That's so amazing. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we both came to that decision. So that's gonna nail it down for me for fucking Darth Vader, Captain Mustafar over there. Can't be beaten.
No shit.
Can't
Yeah,
stop.
he's Captain Lava Planet.
And by the way, the T1000 not known to take the high ground, so definitely not gonna
Oh
win.
man, damn it! You stole my
God.
joke too in the
Wow.
process.
All of them. Yeah.
Yes! That's great.
Yeah.
I was gonna say T1000 gonna be. I have the high ground,
Oh my god.
and he'll just gesture. I have the
Yep.
high ground.
I have
High ground.
Don't do it, Anakin!
Yeah, lava. I mean, it's not Darth Vader's best friend, but he's not. He's not gonna fool me twice. Shame on shame. Can't get fooled again. He's not gonna. He's not gonna. He's not gonna let that happen.
Just put my toes in this time. See if it's cooled down a little bit.
Right. I don't know. T-1000 is pretty. He's obviously, like you said, resourceful. He can. I mean, turn anything into metal. Metal can pierce Darth Vader, but also he can just put up a literal force field.
Yeah.
And just dodge that shit. Get that weak shit out of here. So yeah, Darth Vader. Yeah, he can't. I don't know. He can't be beat even by T-1000. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Darth Vader. Kyle,
were you? I thought it was gonna get dark there for a second. I was like, what the fuck? Good job, guys. You made me proud today. It's Darth Vader because I'm 100% that lightsaber would fuck him up.
Oh, that's true.
Because it just burns and cauterizes through skin and shit like that. So like maybe it will like burn like the metal in a way that it can't refuse or whatever. Like who knows what that lightsaber would do to that metal?
Yeah,
I think he would just slice that dude up into a million pieces, force blast him into his lava planet, and that'd be the end of it. So yeah, Darth Vader for me.
There you go.
I have the high ground.
I have the high ground.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm obsessed with that. All right, so
it's a good joke.
Oh man, this one, fuck me in the butt. All right, so this round, I'm going last in this round, so it doesn't fucking matter what I say. But Agent Smith versus Darth Vader is our finals. Wow.
I don't want to go first on this.
Oh boy, we'll be back after these messages. Do 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 do. All right.
So
Kyle does go first, though. Good luck.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, Agent Smith's like omnipotent by the end of the movie. He's like a god.
He can fly.
But if anyone could kill a god, it would probably be Darth Vader. Darth Vader's powerful, man. Like, especially in canon, which I know we can't talk about because it's not the movies or whatever. But in canon, like this guy like takes on a whole planet of people by himself, like a whole warrior race.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Raid. Like of the Star Wars books, like him and Palpatine are stuck on a planet, and he's like, "Don't worry, Palps, I'll get you out of here," and just literally murders everybody like on this planet or whatever, and they're all vying to kill them because they're like, "Hey, if we can kill the Empire right here, right now, like we'll be heroes," It's awesome, but I know we can't use that, but I'm gonna say it anyway, so it's out there. So too bad. But yeah, guys, just like the guy's menacing as fuck, dude. Like, oh man, but Agent Smith, there's so many of them. He's the whole world.
Yep.
He's a program, so like, he may have some kind of dormant information in there that could like wipe out Sith artifacts or something. I don't know. Man, I mean, I would say that Vader at his prime or whatever could probably take on Agent Smith. I really think that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that because Agent Smith has been slaughtering too many cool characters and stuff like that. He's left a wake of cool bad guys in there, and someone must stop him, and I think it's Darth Vader. I really think Darth Vader could take him. So I'm going to say Darth Vader. He's the hero we need.
JD is next.
Man, I think the nature of Agent Smith being a program and Darth Vader being largely machine could play a role in where I land on this. Also, I kind of want to see Jeff decide too.
Yeah, mother fucking asshole.
See where you're going to land on this. But I mean, I think there's a compelling argument for Smith when you think about it because he is essentially a program. I mean, yeah, Darth's got the Force and all that shit, but the Force, as far as we know, can't control digital fucking things inside Darth Vader, keeping him breathing. I mean, all Agent Smith needs to do is upload a virus to Darth Vader's little Force bath thing, and
his back the worst argument ever. Tank,
yeah,
you nerd.
Yeah, he's just got to swap out that breathing battery while he's chilling in the spa over there, and I don't know, man. I could see the volume of Agent Smith, how many of him there are, like you were saying, overwhelm Darth.
Agent Smith can fly too. Darth
That's true. He can fly. He does have some sweet sunglasses too. That's a really good look.
How are you gonna read him? How are you gonna read Agent Smith if he's both a program and not giving off the Force, and B, you can't look him in his eyes and see? So yeah, man, he's got that element of wild card to him.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm gonna put it in for Agent Smith. I wanna finally get to a third round matchup third decision that means something in this bracket.
And it does. It's
Figure it out.
Split.
Figure it out.
Split, and I'm glad Jeff's the one that has to squirm on it. That's good.
I hate you guys so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Neo.
He stops the Matrix. He's the biggest villain of them all.
We're all just here to watch the show. Because we all know that I'm the one that beats you. All right, sorry. So, obscure Matrix Revolution quotes aside. Fuck. I don't want to do this at all. Let's just end the episode. Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger. Next on Lost.
Back, all our villains are just in a church.
Oh my god. You both gave really great points, and on paper I should be going with Agent Smith, but yeah, Agent Smith is a god and everything, but it's kind of like Kyle said, holy shit, you're like appealing to the emotions in me that wants like a hero in my story. And shit. I feel like Darth Vader could totally get the job done. And I know that there's a billion of them.
I honestly think he could. I don't care there's a billion of them. I think if he needed to retreat, he would, if he had to.
Yeah.
He would hide out in his bacta tank, he would recharge, he'd get out of that shit, and he would murder a million more of those guys. And he would just take them in waves.
Exactly. He would totally do that. And also, I'm sure that, I don't know how the Force works, because it's not a science or anything. Don't correct me. Nerds, do not correct me.
Actually, it's based off a midichlorian count in the bloodstream.
But look, here's the thing, though. Maybe he can sense who the source is of Agent Smith without having to actually go to Machine City or whatever the fuck. Maybe he can kill the original and thus deplete the entire virus. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
He if anybody can sense it out of any of these villains, it's him.
Right, because he has that extra periphery, so yeah.
Exactly, he has a sixth sense about him, quite literally. And he can just, I don't know, he can just literally block anything with his thoughts. So, I mean, what dent can Agent Smith really make? And this is going to sound ridiculous to a lot of people that are like, are you fucking serious right now? Because Agent Smith has this, and that, and the third. But that's the kind of tournament this episode ended up giving us. So yeah. I'm gonna go with Darth Vader.
Boom!
Wow. I'm wowing myself. This was a great episode.
Yeah, it was. T1000 almost took it. That was close. Coming in at 3, a hot 3, ranked at 11. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah, our final 4 was like, well, obviously the 1 seed was in there, but you know, you had some serious underdogs in there, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I love that. So next week, we didn't account for this last time, but on the last episode. But next week we're gonna be back with like an E3 type of gaming talk, a game bang, if you will.
Oh man, I'm so
a gam 3 bang.
Game 3 bang.
I'm really excited for that.
E3 is my favorite time of year. It's like my favorite thing in the entire world. And I'll be camping and missing some of it this weekend. It kills me. I almost canceled the whole trip, and they're like, dude, come on, man. Like, all my friends are like, come on, man. You just sit home and watch stream D3 all weekend. I'm like, yeah! Yes! It happens once a year. The forest will always be there. But E3 is only now, you know, but I'm going anyway, so
that's a great argument, though. I mean, shit, I would have gone. I mean, I would have stayed. I'm also lazy. Yeah. I also would never go camping ever in my life. So we're gonna do that, just like a general talk, and maybe give our top 10 outside of a tournament or anything of like things we're hyped for, because I think we did that last time.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like the top 10.
I think we did that last time on theirs.
So it'll force me to write an article, and that will be helpful.
Oh, that's true. It will.
Yeah,
so that's this episode, and then after that we're gonna go into the things that we alluded to last time, like the movie car chases, which I have a great list for. I think
my list is awesome.
That's going to be so much fun.
War movies and then sci-fi movies after that. I don't know. We're on a movie kick because I think Kyle just discovered Letterboxd and he's been on it quite often.
Sorry, everybody. 1,500 movies reviewed or ranked in like a 40 list or something like that. So sorry.
Yeah, I just hit 1,000 today. Like over 1,000 today. Finally, movies ranked and seen.
Did it?
telling you, JD, when you get on this, you're gonna be like, I don't know how to stop.
No, I have it. I've just only used it from a formulating my list standpoint. I haven't really gone down the rabbit hole yet of like, oh shit, I've seen this. What did I think about this? Oh god,
I would literally just click on me and Jeff's list or whatever and just start ranking from there, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland on there?
Yeah. Well, no, that took a picture that I had from a like a profile on y'all remember Origin? Is that still a thing? That like competitor to that competitor to Steam that's just total dog shit?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's still around. Yeah, it's still around.
My Battlefield 3 name was Jack Jower, and so I made that my profile picture.
Your fucking list is, oh my god. You put top 40 movies of all time, and you put this list sucks, and then you put all your movies.
I haven't even really ranked them yet. I've got them in like light groups. I didn't have nearly as much time to dedicate to it as I wanted over my
god. Yeah, I have so many lists, dude. When you see my profile, you'll be like, "What the fuck?"
So is it is it a form of social media, like where you just really
kinda like our buddy Michael, or my buddy Michael that Jeff knows about from Facebook, he doesn't use Letterboxd because the community is so shitty on there.
Yeah, they can.
So like, don't reach out to other people. Like, just use it like that's a thing for you. Yeah. And that's how I've been enjoying it. Like I like just looking at my numbers and looking at how many things I gave it 3.5 and how many things I've given that. It's cool to kind of keep a diary now. Like, not a diary, but that's what it's called. Like you put like a diary. When you watch a movie that day, you can like write if it was a repeat movie or write a few words about it or whatever. And it's kind of nice to kind of keep your like thoughts in order, especially since we're doing something like this all the time. So
yeah, true.
Yep.
Yeah, all my lists are migrated over there now, basically.
Me too. Yeah, I've moved everything off my tablet and onto that site.
It's a good website, man.
Sweet.
I don't mean to pimp out Letterboxd. It sounds like we're brought to you by. All right.
We're brought to you by. Hey, can I get that Letterboxd money, Jeff? I'm really broke over here, man.
I'm gonna mail you a check for 19 cents.
I didn't even think about the fact that it's a toxic community. That's kind of true, though, if you start looking into it. I pretty much just follow anybody back that gives me a follow, but I don't ever look at anybody's stuff for my friends.
Yeah, I'm not like gonna follow anybody. I'm not gonna follow anybody. So except for you, like people I know. Like I've had a couple of people follow me, and I'm like, yeah, have fun with that.
I'll follow the two of you, but that'll be about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the same people that are following you, Kyle, are the ones that like ended up following me initially.
Oh, okay,
cool. And I followed them back, so they're just like trying to like ride them.
They're trying to get their numbers up. I'm like, I don't really.
I think it's a great resource, though, obviously, and some of the people on there. Somebody gave, after I watched Usual Suspects, somebody on there gave it half a star. Not even shitting you, and they wrote a review. Hold on, let me find it, because oh my god, this person. I was like,
we should make a whole. We should make a whole segment called "What the Fuck Letterboxd."
We really should, and this is our first edition of it. Let me find this motherfucker. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't. It's all subjective, blah blah blah, but whatever. But this guy's wrong as shit. All right. So
The Usual Suspect giving it a 0.5 on a 10 spectrum scale. Yeah, it's bullshit.
It's fucking bullshit, man. I'm trying to find it. Okay, here he is. The Usual Suspects. Here we go. Legit one of the worst movies I've seen. No pacing, no atmosphere, no direction. Color palettes like wet cement. Poorly acted, obvious twists. Any third-rate Korean director would do a better job.
Okay.
Wow!
Yeah.
What the
I
fuck,
rated
Letterboxd?
4 more stars than this guy.
Wow.
I don't know what this guy does. Nothing. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Great. Good for you.
We should get a quote from an actual third-rate Korean director and be like, how would you rank this movie, sir? And just prove him wrong.
He did put Godfather in his favorite film, so he gets a,
what
less
a cliche.
Of a sneer
what
from
a
me.
cliche. He's a cliche. That's all that is.
Cliche.
He's you're a try-hard.
Oh my god, there was this one time that Twitter had trending 7 favorite films, and I put mine on there, and those ended up, people did like whatever you call them, statistics on it, and everybody had like Dark Knight and Pulp Fiction and Godfather, and people were like, that write for websites like IndieWire and Deadline or whoever, LA Times, were like, oh my god, everybody's so basic with their lists. Like, what? We just all love great movies. We all have to love the same ones.
Yeah, and I don't like the whole concept of like, well, I can't put Dark Knight on my list because it's on everybody's list. Fucking put it on there.
Yeah, if you want it there, fucking put it there.
Yeah, like stop this malarkey about like, oh, I don't want my list to be like everybody else's list.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
And
it's bullshit.
Trust me, when we get to the little mini series we're gonna do for our favorite movies of all time, at least the top 40, which was gonna spin off into several brackets probably.
Yep.
Hopefully, I mean we're doing 40 for fuck's sake. So,
Yeah.
when we do that though, you're gonna hear a lot of like very typical what you'd expect movies in there. But I mean that's because they're all amazing.
But there's going to be some nice surprises in there too.
Oh yeah, there should.
There's going to be a couple. Your personality's going to shine through on these lists. That's for sure.
I'm putting
Definitely
in
a lot of the objective choices will be in there, but a lot of like, oh wow, that's what you're all about. Movies will be in there also. It's going to be cool.
Absolutely.
It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited for that.
Mine are all over the place in terms of like time frame and genre.
Mine too.
More sci-fi than anything, but still.
Mine too. Yeah.
Still, there's some great dramas in there too. JD has all comedies, nothing but.
It's all comedies.
My number one is my cousin Vinny.
Porkies, yeah.
My number 5 is Grown Ups 2.
Oh God.
So Grown Ups 1 clearly higher on the list. I mean,
Yeah,
you just don't
absolutely.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anyway, that's enough of that. So I'm at Jeff Whitty WIDDY on Twitter because I also hate myself and I like reading other people's bullshit. So hit me up on that, and I'll talk bullshit with you as well. And I write for Horror Geek Life. I'm about to go to a film festival this weekend, as of the time of this recording. And I'll write some stuff about that film festival on that website, so go follow that stuff, whatever. Anyway, Kyle, where can people find you?
You can find me over at sub-culture.com or sub_culture.tv. There's a Twitch in there somewhere, I forget, but it's the Twitch site. Yeah, that's where you can find me. You'll get there.
All right, cool. So, JD, your places that people can find you, I think.
Yeah, you can actually find me on Letterboxd. Very active there. Can't wait to really sink my teeth into that community. So seek me out. I've got a Kiefer Sutherland avatar apparently. So that's what the internet decided for me. Fucking God.
Mine is.
No,
I can't even remember
nowhere.
what mine is. I think it's
And
legitimately
everywhere.
my face. All right, so mine's really disappointing then. All right, so that's it. That'll do it for this time, and stay tuned for the next episode where I open with another Limp Bizkit lyric. Sure, people.
All right.
That's my favorite part of the whole show.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from there.
Where is he gonna go next? Is it gonna be hot dog flavored water, or is it gonna be the Nookie album?
Yeah. Chocolate starfish in the
hot dog flavored water.
$3 bill, y'all.
Get the fuck up! Okay, sorry. Okay, so see everybody later.